Developers are creatures of habit. If you are a Python developer, then you are set in your habits. You create the code in a Pythonic way because you have learned it, polished it over the years. With the advent of this generative AI and all those LLM powered AI applications, developers have to change the way they write their API calls because sometimes they have to embed all of the hyperparameters of the model. They have to chunk their code. They have to do RAG in a separate call. They have to try to manage the function calling or tool use in different classes and that sort of stuff. That is where this new interesting project Mirascope helps a lot. Mirascope is a Python toolkit for building with large language models. Developing LLM applications with Mirascope feels just like writing the Python code you have already used to. So you don't have to change your coding style, you don't have to change your Pythonic way of writing LLM powered applications because there is no denying that future is all about writing those applications. If you are a developer and if you want to stay relevant in the industry, you have to learn to work with all of these LLM way of coding. So that is where this Mirascope like applications, I think they are a huge blessing. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get it installed locally and then you can play around with it. I will also drop the link to their GitHub repo in video's description. So let me take you to my VS Code and then we will see how to get it installed. This is my VS Code window. Let me make it a bit bigger. The first thing which you need to do in order to install it is to simply just do pip install Mirascope and it is going to install it on your local system. Now, as far as installation is concerned, when you just do pip install Mirascope, it just installs all the default things, which includes OpenAI's library. But if you want to use models from Anthropic or Grok or any other, then you would need to use extra. For example, you can install pip install my Mirascope and in the scare brackets Anthropic or Grok or Logfire. Logfire is for the Logfire decorator. Or if you just want to install everything in one go, simply put all like this in the scare brackets. Let me put it here in small, I guess. So you just do this and it install everything on your local system. Because I will be simply using the vanilla flavor of Mirascope, so I would be using it with OpenAI's API key, and in this video I'm going to show you how easy it is to write function calling, or in other words tool use with Mirascope using OpenAI. And as I mentioned earlier, you can use any other model with it which is supported, of course, and you can check it out in their GitHub repo. And because these are very early evolving project, so I'm more than sure that they will be adding more and more model support, including the open source ones. So I presume that you already have installed now Mirascope. Second step you need to do is to set your OpenAI's API key in your environment, because then we'll be getting it out and then calling our function calling with it. And you can get your OpenAI's API key from platform.openai.com, and it's a paid account, so you just put $10 in it and then you can get the key out of it. Then we are just importing the literal from typing, and this is in line number 8 is where we are sort of creating this wrapper on OpenAI's function calls, and we are just doing OpenAI call and OpenAI call parameters. And what this exactly is doing, it is keeping everything together just like we do in Python. Now, if you don't know what function calling in large language models is, function calling or tool use is, I think, one of the best features of AI applications and best development in AI. This primarily enables you to integrate your large language models with your external APIs. For instance, within your application, you want to get real stock prices, latest stock prices. Of course, your model hasn't been trained on it. It knows maybe things from the past. For example, if you check out GPT 3.5 model from OpenAI, its last cutoff date of training is, I think, March 2023 or April 2023. It doesn't know what happened afterwards. So if you want something from today or last week, your GPT 3.5 wouldn't know. But if you have your own application which pulls out the data through API from the latest stock prices or latest weather, then you can integrate that API with your LLM powered application with the help of function calling. And that is what we will be doing it with this Mirascope. So you see, we have wrapped this Mirascope around this OpenAI calls. Then this is a simple get current weather function we have defined. And then we are telling it, okay, if the location is Tokyo, then do this, San Francisco, Paris, and all that stuff. And very, very simple function just for the demo purposes. And of course, you can embed your own, get the latest real-time weather and put it in here. Then we are defining a simple Python class just like we do in Python. We are wrapping this hyperparameter that this is the model, this is the tool which we are going to use with OpenAI. Very, very simple. You don't have to worry about what exactly is the OpenAI stuff. And then we are after instantiating that, we are calling it in here. That's all we are doing. Now, if you are using Anthropic's model, you will be using the same stuff. Any other model, you'll be using the same standard command. So not only you have sort of decoupled your application from which model you are using, you have also standardized your code and you haven't changed your Python writing habits and standards. So if you have like hundreds of developers in your organization, you don't want them to learn all of this OpenAI techniques. They can still use the same old stuff. You can create this wrapper with Mirascope and then you can go about building your world-class applications. So let me run it. I already have set my OpenAI's API key. I already have installed Mirascope. So I'm going to run this Mirascope one. So just simply do Mira functions. Okay, I think I'm not in that directly. Let me quickly go to that directory. So here you can see that I'm already in that directory. So let me quickly call this function and then we will see how the output looks like. The function is running at the moment. Let's wait for it to return. These API calls take some time. There you go. So you see that we simply asked in the natural language, what is the weather in Tokyo? It has called that OpenAI's function with that tool and has returned us the weather. And of course, you can just embed whatever you want in your own code and it will go like that. For example, if I ask it, what is the weather in Sydney? So, and if I run it, it is just going to return us that I'm not sure what the weather is like in location in Sydney. So let's wait for it. There you go. You see how easy it makes to do the function calling from OpenAI. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. As I said, I will drop the link to this awesome project in video's description. Play around with it. Let me know what do you think. If you like the content, then please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.